Hi there and welcome to a revision of Waterfall Formation. This is a very typical question and one that you should certainly be able to master. As with all physical features, it's a good idea to revise drawing diagrams. Some key pointers are to always include a title, so the examiner is under no misunderstanding about what it is you're trying to explain. Secondly, you should notice that I've tried to give an impression of what the freehand drawings should be like. You should do these in pencil. Notice that I use a very limited range of colour, just a blue arrow to show that that's the river flowing over the land. The limited use of colour and the simple diagrams all help you to draw the diagram quickly. These questions are a real opportunity to score high marks quickly, leaving you more time for more complex questions later on in the exam. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to put arrows onto the diagram and number each arrow for where the labels should go. You should pay attention and at the end of the video see what you can remember. Try to produce your own version of the diagram and label it fully from memory. You can use the writing down the right hand side of your screen to help you. Okay, first off you want to label the different rock types. Label 1 is the more resistant rock. Label 2 is the less resistant rock. Label 3 is a more in-depth explanation of the relevance of those two features. Because the water is travelling over the two rock types, it is clearly going to erode the less resistant rock more, and therefore differential erosion will take place. Right now we're at bullet point 2 on the right hand side. On to diagram 2. In diagram 2 you want to point out the processes of erosion that take place. The first of those, arrow number 4, is abrasion. The second of those, at arrow number 5, is hydraulic action. Now, it's worth knowing that if you provide a detailed enough explanation of those terms, you can gain further marks. For example, hydraulic action takes place wearing away the soft rock. That's 1 mark. If you went on to say that hydraulic action is when bubbles of gas are put under pressure through the force of the water into weaknesses or cracks in the rock, causing them to break apart, then you would gain further credit. Okay, on to diagram 3. In diagram 3 it's useful to have a colour at your disposal, a second colour, and with it you would shade in this area here. This is an important area. Here you're going to draw an arrow, this time label number 6, that points out that the hard rock is left unsupported as it has been undercut by the force of the water. This unsupported hard rock layer then collapses. Okay, number 7 down here, the particles of hard rock that collapse into the plunge pool swirl around and erode and deepen the plunge pool. Finally, at label 8, you can point out that through this process the waterfall gradually retreats backwards upstream and leaves a gorge behind. Now you may not always get credit for mentioning the gorge formation, because the question asks you how a waterfall is formed, not a gorge. However, it's worth finishing off the story to show you fully understand the process. Now, as with most of these questions, you need to provide the diagram in order to be eligible for full marks. You can be penalised for not including a diagram. So practice your diagrams, become very quick and efficient at drawing them, take sufficient space on your page, and as I said before, now the video lesson is over, try drawing your own diagrams, but labeling labels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 from memory. Remember that labels 4 and 5 can get double marks if you go into a detailed explanation. Use the words on the right hand side of the screen as a guide if you need to. Okay, I hope that helps.